Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Thursday, August 24th, 2023. In unison now. This is exciting because it is football season. It is upon us.
It's here.
It's here. And last week we teased that we were going to talk about some of the football contests in town and what the lines are looking like.
Well, they finally brought out. We did the research on it, and they brought out the list of who's going to be doing it. Now we already knew that there were going to be the big contests at Circa, which is Survivor and Millions.
And you do that every year.
Yeah, they do that every year.
Mm-hmm. But you compete in it every
I play
year.
in them, yeah. And I will. We'll talk about that in a minute. So here's a lineup. Here's what we got. We've got $5,000 entry fee.
Okay.
Westgate Super Contest Gold. All right, that's the only $5,000. That's the big one. 1,000 entry fee. Circa Survivor, Circa Millions, Westgate Super Contest.
Okay.
Golden Nugget. Okay, nobody kind of really knows. It's sort of under the radar at Golden Nugget, and they're different because they have pro and college.
Okay.
And it's interesting. You know, it's going to be interesting this year that they're the only one with, except for a smaller contest with the college where you can pick college teams, because there's no William Hill College this year. Okay. That's always been a big one in the years past, like $500 entry fee. So no Will Hill. $200 buy-in Westgate season wins.
Okay.
You predict each team whether they'll go over under certain totals. $25 contest, Station Last Man Standing College. That's what I was just talking about. Station Last Man Standing Pro, William Hill Pro Pick'em. Mm-hmm. Essentially, those are the contests. Okay. There'll be others. There'll be what we call kiosk contests that will show themselves as the season starts, and we'll probably talk about those, in a future. A future shoot here. But those are the big ones with Survivor and Millions at Circa being the biggest deal.
Okay.
All right. So
that $5,000 buy-in at Westgate, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's a winner take all.
Jeez.
That's a tough one. You got to put up $5,000, and if you don't win it, of course, the winner gets all of it, which is usually several $100,000.
And then in Circa's, the winners split it, whoever's left.
In Circa, well, whoever's left, it's usually the last man too there.
Okay.
So if everybody makes it through to the end, we're talking about Survivor, then they'll split that one too.
Interesting.
So we're always looking at the possibility of overlays, and you'll only get overlays. That means that there's a guaranteed prize. And they didn't get enough people to join the contest.
That's right.
So looking at the Circa situation right now with overlay potential, Survivor has 3,900 have signed up already. They need 8,000 for it to be a break-even tournament. So if they get fewer than 8,000, there's 3 weeks to go. If they get fewer than 8,000, then it will be an overlay, meaning that there's more money in the pot than there are players.
Okay, so that's something that we'll keep track of, and that's something that we'll let you know if there is, as we get closer, if there's more of a potential for overlay.
Right, so it's 3,900 right now, so they need another 4,100. Circa Millions has 2,200 right now. They need 4,000 to break even. I'm sorry, excuse me. They need 6,000 to break even.
Right, okay.
All right, because that's a $6 million guarantee. So, both of these have the potential to end up being overlays. The money tends to come in a lot in the last week.
Okay.
So, we got a ways to go on that. But those are the main contests. All the particulars, we got them up at LasVegasAdvisor.com. Just look under, our contest listings. Okay. And all the details about that will be explained there.
Okay, and we'll put a link to that page in the description box below.
As far as other things for football, we don't know yet. We said that we'd do a roundup. Well, there wasn't really much of a roundup to do except for the contest, because we don't know who's going to be doing what. Everybody's going to be doing something. But the thing about football in Vegas is all you got to do is go to a sports book.
Okay.
Because it's going to be hopping. And already you were saying today, it's funny to be walking around and seeing football games on TV.
It's great.
Even though it's preseason and beginning of college, right?
Yeah, it's nice to see football at the sports books again.
Sports books in the bars. Every Saturday, every Sunday, every Monday night, every Thursday night. There's going to be parties. There's going to be things going on.
Yeah, Vegas is popping during football season.
Absolutely, every year.
All right, you guys asked for it. Let's talk steakhouses. This one...
Expensive steakhouses to start.
Yes, let's talk expensive steakhouses. Okay, so according to the website 24/7 Wall Street, Las Vegas has 5 of the most expensive steakhouses in the country.
Wow.
Now, what they did was they took the average cost of a 3-course steak dinner for one, the least expensive steak with the average price of an appetizer, side dish, and dessert, and tax, and tip, and the beverages not included. Las Vegas notches 3 of the top 5 most expensive, 4 of the top 10, and 5 of the top 25 most expensive steakhouses in the country.
Yeah. I mean, Vegas has got great steakhouses.
Yeah.
It really does. They've got dozens of them.
Yeah.
But, as you can see, they are among the most expensive around. Now, when we're done, we're going to talk about some of the least expensive, some of the ones that I go to.
Ellis Island. Yeah.
Ellis Island's one of them. Absolutely.
We love it. Yeah.
But, all right, so here's the breakdown on the expensive one. Here's the breakdown. The most expensive, number 1 in the country, Cut at Palazzo.
Okay.
All right, so Cut Steakhouse. Now, there's a Cut in L.A., I also believe, but this one is more expensive, $165 per person.
Okay.
All right, second, SW at the Wynn.
Sure.
Number 4 on the list throughout the country, $151 per person. Jean George, I believe it is, at Aria, number 5 at $140. Strip Steak at Mandalay Bay, number 8 at $127 per person. Craft Steak at MGM Grand, number 17 at $95.
Okay.
Per person. Now remember, that's with the cheapest. They pick the cheapest steak on the menu. So if you're going to go for the big bangers, you're going to pay even more for these things.
Absolutely, way more.
Kind of crazy. And coming to Vegas soon, they actually announced Peter Luger. Peter Luger in Brooklyn came in at number 7.
Okay.
So that's another expensive one coming to Vegas. They finally announced that they are going to open in October.
And that's in Caesar's Palace.
At Caesar's Palace, yeah. Replacing basically Old Homestead, which is now gone. That will now be the Caesar's Palace Steakhouse.
Okay.
But so let's talk about, I don't know who wants to pay for the cheapest steak, $165 per person.
Yikes.
So let's talk some of the better deals in Vegas for steaks.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Here's a couple. You mentioned Ellis Island.
I do, because I go there like weekly for their steak special.
Yeah, the steak special or their prime rib there is fantastic. One of the best prime rib deals in town. Also, Village Pubs, which are owned by the same people.
Okay.
Great steaks and prime rib at the Village Pubs. There's a place called Bob Taylor's. Bob Taylor's Ranch House. Way out on the south end of town.
Okay.
And, almost past the city limits. And for years, this place has been running since the 1950s. And it's just a great place to go just for fun. The steaks are decent. They're not like super great, but they're good.
Okay.
And it's a good steakhouse.
A good deal?
Yeah, good deal for sure. They're priced very low. You've got, I'll tell you 2 places I like. Hugo's
Cellar.
at the Four Queens and Top of Binion's.
Right, all downtown Vegas.
And I'll tell you why. You look at the prices of the steaks there, and they're like $69, $72, whatever. But they come with full meals.
Okay.
Meaning they make the salad, for instance, at Hugo's. They make a tableside salad. And it comes with a vegetable. It comes with a potato. It comes with some kind of a dessert. It's all inclusive.
Most of these steakhouses have a la carte at these fancy
Yes,
steakhouses.
absolutely,
Everything. And you get like a
absolutely.
side of spinach or asparagus, and it's all, separate. But you're saying at Hugo's Cellar, it all comes together.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's terrific. And then the Top of Binion Steakhouse, Las Vegas Advisor Member Rewards Book, we've got 25% off your entire bill there.
Get your coupons.
So, yeah, it's a good deal to begin with. It's got a great view, but then you get 25% off, including your wine and whatever.
That sounds great.
All right, a couple of other good ones. Let's see, Herbs and Rye.
Haven't been. Okay.
Terrific. Cleaver.
Okay.
All right. Both of these places have like a happy hour type pricing all the time. They call it happy hour. It's not really a happy hour because it's the same prices all the time.
Okay.
But, these are really good deals.
Now, I got to check out Cleaver because it's around the corner from where I live, and it's kind of a standalone on Paradise.
Cleaver's on Paradise. I think it's great. I'll tell you what I eat at Cleaver. I go to Cleaver, I get the skirt steak.
Okay.
Skirt steak is supposedly a lower cut, but unless you're some kind of aficionado, you're not going to tell the difference. I mean, it's just terrific, and it comes out to something like $27.
Yeah.
For the entire steak, for the steak.
That sounds great. And it's a happening place, right? I mean, it's a newer spot.
It's a cool place, yeah. And then, good old Jackson's, the bar Jackson's.
Yep.
You can get a tremendous ribeye there.
Yeah.
You said you had a friend who went.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, I had a buddy, Mike Binder at MGB Music here in Vegas. He called me and he said, I watched your show and you guys are talking about Jackson's. Guess where I'm going for dinner tonight? And I said, where? And he said, Jackson's. And he said, this steak better be good. And then he called me later. He goes, man, that steak was great.
Yeah, and you said he's pretty particular, right?
He is, yeah.
So
he knows a good steak.
So, all right, you can go to the expensive steakhouses, a couple that weren't mentioned, right? Like Golden Steer.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of that one, too, on Sahara.
They talk about the Golden Steer because that's another one of the old-time places. It's fun to go. You can see Frank Sinatra's table. You can see Elvis's table, all that kind of stuff. But it's expensive.
And can I also say about Golden Steer, you can sit at the bar and play video poker. Holla.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And another big one that did not get mentioned was Barry's Prime downtown.
I was thinking about that one, too.
Good place, expensive, but I guess not as expensive as these.
I think Barry's would be in there if it wasn't for looking at the lowest price steak.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Probably. I mean, do you really want to be in there?
No.
I don't think so. So anyway, go back, review what we said for the cheap steaks. Oh, one more. This is a sleeper. It's called Rincon Buenos Aires.
Okay.
It's an Argentinian steakhouse on Spring Mountain.
Oh, cool.
Right in Chinatown. Rincon Buenos Aires. And, in Argentina, they're all about beef. So they've got several steaks that you can choose from. Another good one to give a go with cheap wine as well.
Hey. All right, guys, it's Thursday, so at 3 o'clock, it is the Downtown Grand Blackjack Tournament. We're going to be there. We're going to be playing today. But we would also like to tease that up and coming, the Downtown Grand is going to be doing a video poker tournament.
Yeah, we just found out about it. Yep. They've done really so well with the Blackjack Tournament. And by the way, a lot of the viewers come down.
Yeah, that's fun.
I spend more time talking to the people than I do playing.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, because there's a lot of people, and two, because I keep getting knocked out in the early rounds. But other than that, come on down and we'll have a talk. But they're also going to start probably in September. They're going to start video poker tournaments, and this is interesting because you play for I don't know how long they're going to let you play 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or whatever. But there's two kinds of video poker tournaments.
Okay.
One is they give you a set stake, meaning. Back to steaks again.
Yeah. It's the steak episode. Yeah. Okay.
But, meaning that they'll say like, okay, 200 credits, everybody plays through them.
Yeah.
Those kind of tournaments are just really completely luck oriented because everyone gets the same amount. Some people will play them slightly better than others. It doesn't count for much over, 200 hands or 200 points. But this is going to be a time tournament.
Okay.
So they're going to give you X amount of time. Now, players who can play really fast have a really big edge.
Okay, right, because you can play maybe more hands.
Definitely more hands. And getting more hands is way more important than playing correctly.
Okay.
So a lot of people go, why would I want to play that? How can I compete against somebody who's a video poker expert? If you can play fast, you can not only compete, but you'll have the edge.
Okay, interesting.
I know players who don't know video poker strategy that I will call up and say, because of your speed, you need to go play this.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
his eyes light up. Yeah.
Of course we're going to play. But it's we'll let you know more when they've got the time set on that. I think it's going to be September. But hope to see you tonight at the Downtown Grand.
And just a quick note on Maui Strong, which was supposed to run last Sunday. We talked about it in last week's episode. Yeah,
that was the benefit for the Hawaiians that were in the fire.
Yeah,
and it's going to be held at Container. It was going to be held at Container Park last Sunday. Well, they moved it. They moved it to this Sunday.
Okay.
So it's going to run from 3 to 9 p.m. this Sunday, and all of this is for the people that were in the Maui fires. Supposedly the money is going to go to them, but the reason they moved it was because of the storms.
The weather scare.
They expected there was going to be a rainout.
Yeah.
And, that never materialized.
It really didn't. And in L.A., too.
Even in L.A., where they were supposed to be hit by, the first hurricane in like 70 or 80 years or something. And it was supposed to come all the way to Vegas, and everybody was just bunkering up, right?
I was nervous.
Yeah, everybody just thought that it was going to be terrible on the roads and everything else.
Yeah.
This was nothing compared to the great storm that we did a show on last year about this time. Mm-hmm. Remember when the rain was going sideways and everything else? This was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it rained semi-hard for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it was all done. And on Sunday, when it was supposed to be Monday, when it was supposed to be the worst, it was sunshine all day long.
I know. It was lovely.
So, yeah, the rain couldn't make it through the desert. But
Yeah. The weather's is beautiful in Vegas, by the way. If you're coming right now, is like really get to Vegas because the weather is lovely. And I remember last year we did the video, The Storm of the Century was the title. So if you look it up, it's pretty cool. You get a video of Circa being flooded. Remember, Circa was flooded. And
that was one of the coolest videos we've done. Yeah, go look for it. I think it says Storm of the Century, or maybe we can put a link to it.
Yeah, we'll put a link to it.
You will see one amazing desert storm there. That was something else.
Yeah.
So anyway, remember Maui Strong. If you want to go to the Benefit Container Park, they're going to have a bunch of performers and Ohana Spirit, the whole deal. Food, the whole deal.
See you on Sunday. And in this week's question of the week, we are going to keep with this football theme. The question is, Anthony, can you explain how the contest proxies work?
Yeah, we talk about the proxies. When we talk about playing a contest. Here's the way it works. To play the contest, you have to be able to put in your picks at the casino or via an app. But in order to use the app, you have to be in the state of Nevada.
That's right.
So that pretty much says that anybody who doesn't live here or come here every single week can't play the contest. Because if you miss 1 week, you're not going to be competitive.
You're disqualified.
Well, you're not necessarily disqualified, but you miss 1 week of scoring.
Got it.
So you disqualify yourself almost. So they came up with a great idea several years ago of having proxy service. Proxy service means that somebody here, you can pay them to put the picks in for you. There are several of them around town. The one that we recommend is called footballcontest.com.
Okay.
Not football contests, contest singular. Footballcontest.com. It's run by a guy named Matty and his partner who have been doing it for years. We've watched the proxies. There's lots of good ones, but we like them. They're the ones we recommend. A lot of people say, how much does it cost? Basically, it depends on when you want your picks to go in. Like if you want your picks to go in at the last minute, it'll cost you $199 per contest. But if you can put your picks in at any time, it's only $99 per contest.
Okay.
So if you want to play one contest, they'll put it in for you for the whole year for $99.
Okay.
All right. Now what you got to do is you still have to come to town to sign up. You can't sign up for being across state lines. So you have to come to town to sign up. You have to contact them and they will meet you there because your proxy has to be with you when you do the sign up. But when you get all that done, you can play the contest and this is for Circa and Westgate. They're not doing it for all the little contests and things like that. But you can play the contest all year long without being in Vegas. The proxy business is big business here. They do a great job, and it's worth it if you want to play.
All right. Link will be in the description box. And in this week's Jackpot of the Week, it comes to us from a repeat, Ken E. He writes, hey guys, I would not be taking more valuable airtime since you already shared my great gambling story a couple months ago if it was not worth it. I was the one who got aces dealt 4 times on spin poker during the week I was at a conference in Las Vegas. I came back again last week for work, and you wouldn't believe it, but I got an even better story for you. After my conference was over, I stayed for 2 days to play. First stop was the M Resort, where I got 4s dealt with a kicker on the only double pay spin poker I've ever seen in town. It was good for $2,000. After lunch, I headed to the Sunset Station, and it was there that I encountered the Holy Grail, a dealt royal flush on spin poker quarters, good for $9K. Wow, that's incredible.
Quarters.
I've been playing video poker for less than 5 years, and this is my 4th dealt royal. The next morning, it didn't stop. Dealt 4 3s on spin poker at Silverton, and then later dealt 2 straight flushes to round off an amazing 48 hours. I know this is hard to believe. Let me know if you want pictures of the tax forms. No, we don't need your tax forms.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, except he's got pictures.
Yeah.
Right? Which we've shown. I don't know. What can you say?
Incredible.
It's right. This is a repeat, but how could we pass this up?
Yeah.
And I mean, some people, I don't know. I mean, this guy he was dealt 5 big paying hands from straight flush up.
Incredible.
Right? And one of them was the spin poker. Mm-hmm. Spin poker is a different kind of game.
Yeah.
You can play up to 9 lines. He was playing 9, you can play 1 to 9 lines. He was playing 9 lines for quarters, gets it dealt, which means he gets the royal on every line.
So it's $1,000 times 9.
Right. So
unbelievable.
So his quarter game yields a 9,000 because he gets dealt a royal.
Yeah.
Not only that, But he's been dealt, in less than 5 years, he's been dealt 4 times. He's been dealt royal flushes.
He's on the right side of the equation.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I've been playing for almost 10 times longer than him, and I've never been dealt one.
Incredible.
It's
incredible.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's just how it works. There's bell curve, man. That's that's what happens.
He bops around town. He goes all over. He goes to the M. He goes to Silverton.
He sniffs it out. He smells it.
Yeah.
He smells it. He goes, I smell one down there.
Yeah, I smell one at the Sunset Station in Henderson.
I'm going to go get that one. Well, we can't, we're not talking about what kind of pay tables he was playing because we can't see them. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what kind of pay tables this guy's playing. You don't see much written about spin poker. And there's a reason for that. There's a piece about it in Frugal Video Poker by Gene Scott. Mm-hmm. They talk a little bit about spin poker, but the reason is that there's no different strategy. Even though the game is completely different, they deal when you play, regular multi-line game. Mm-hmm. The cards come out of different, the redraw, not the redraws, but the new cards come out of different packs.
Oh, okay.
This one, they all come out of the same pack.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It's different, but you never see a duplication. So you won't see a king of spade like you do on some of the other games.
Really?
You'll never see a duplication on spin poker.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it comes out of 152 card deck.
I thought you were going to say because spin poker is an expensive game. Usually, it's 45 credits for max bet.
Well, the reason is that they don't. There's no change. The reason you don't see anything written about it is because there's no change in strategy. So you play almost all of these other different games, these spin-offs. There's a different kind of strategy to play. With this one, you play exact same as you would any other way.
All right.
And so you don't see much written about it. But I mean, it can be. It can be a fun.
It can be profitable.
It can be a fun game.
Yeah, it can be. Right? It can be a fun game. Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I don't know how you did it, dude. But congratulations.
Well, way to go, Ken E. Thank you for sending it. Also, remember you can always send your jackpots to media@huntingtonpress.com along with the fun stories. I love reading them. It's always fun when we see them come in.
I'm amazed at how good they are.
Yeah.
And because we're talking about a small sample, right? Yeah. All right. So let's say we've got 10 to 20,000 people who are watching us, and they send us, out of that 10 to 20,000, of course they're gamblers, but they're hitting these things. Every week we have an incredible story to tell.
We get some monsters. Yeah.
I know. Imagine what's going out there all over the place.
I know. It's really cool.
Bring some here. Bring some here.
Yes. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Anything to add, Anthony?
No, just come on by Downtown Grand.
Yeah.
And, hopefully I'll be playing and we'll have time to talk to you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to Las Vegas, where the stick man, he recognized me. He said, hey man, do you need another shot at freedom and harmony with your jackpot in Vegas?
First stop was the M Resort, where I got 4s dealt with a kicker on double pay spin fuck.
Spin fuck.